Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello, sir. Happy Tuesday to you.
What kind of Tuesday is it, PJ?
Oh, it is a super duper, Supra Dupra.
It's a Supra Dupra Tuesday.
All right.
That's great to hear. I got to tell you guys, what a fun car we're giving away here. The Toyota GR Supra 3.0 Premium. One of the top of the line ones. We'll be talking more about it in a minute, but first of all, happy 45th anniversary, Supra. You didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
1978 to 2023. The reason I said 1979 was because in January of 1979, that's when the first Celica Supras were imported to the United States from Japan. So since that time, way back in 1979, when we were all listening to Boston and Alice Cooper, 5 generations of Supras have been made. And I'll tell you what, some of them have not only been pretty darn famous, but in today's collector market, some of them are pretty darn pricey. Raise your hand if you remember back in the day seeing a Toyota Celica Supra roaming around your town. I remember them.
EG wants to know what's the horsepower.
Ryan remembers them.
What's the horsepower, EG wants to know?
What is it? 369 on this? And it's got great torque on it as well. That's because it's got that 3-liter inline-6 twin turbo engineered by the great guys over at BMW in Austria.
Why would you say this is a fun car out of all the cars? I mean, there's a lot of beautiful cars here in the garage, Chris.
Yeah.
And you don't think there are as many as fun as this one?
Well, this is fun in its own way. This is a go-kart. And it's a really, really fun go-kart. It's light, it's nimble, it's got great steering, it's got fantastic brakes, it's got a really powerful engine for its weight class. When you put all that together, that's a car that's really, really fun to drive. And I'm not talking just in a straight line like we do with the Hellcats, but I'm talking in going around corners and curves and mountain roads, anywhere you can get out there and hit the pedal and enjoy. So I got to remind you that this Supra ends pretty soon, and you guys should get your entries to win at dreamgiveaway.com. You already know how to use the promo codes to get your entries. 45 years of Supra, PJ. That's 5 generations.
Well, Larry Wilson says I had an original back then. Fun car.
had an original. And now, back in those days, if I read correctly, the late 70s, nothing had big horsepower, right? But I think the Celica Supra might have had 110 horsepower. Well, it's way different in 2023. And this 5th generation Supra was released in 2019. This one, some custom mods from the Dream Giveaway Garage and our partners. In fact, we're going to have some bonus gifts for you if you enter and win.
I see on the side here, Chris.
Yep, you can see them right there. And you know who had a blast in this? You may have seen the advertisements for this particular grand prize here in the Dream Giveaway Garage. Antron Brown, big right. NHRA Top Fuel champion, and big shout out to he and Leah Pruitt, who both had great weekends last weekend in NHRA competition. So Antron was in this. He made sure to warm up those tires for you a little bit if you're the winner. Let's take a look inside.
You're going to fire this up today, right?
I will fire it up. Don't do a spoiler alert on me, PJ. So what's neat is, when I've got it, once again, most every car out there now has a fob and has a push button. I don't know why the F-150 in the show and tow still has a key, but almost everything has a push button now. But when I turn it up, this is how sports-centric it is. Right in the center of your gaze. You don't have a speedometer, you have a tachometer, right? Because all you really care about is engine speed, right? Not trap speed too.
Before you start it though, Terry wanted to know, does it have a weight shifter knob?
No, it's an 8-speed automatic, but it does you can pop it on over into manual and you can paddle shift it from here. Do white paddle shifters
Do they
treat
count?
you as what? Do
'Cause
they
it's kind of
count?
a silver, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think that they do. So again, this is a two-seater. If you guys have ever seen a BMW Z like Zoo 4, a Z4 on the road, same platform, same architecture, same engineering design. Toyota and BMW worked in collaboration on the Supra.
Larry says turbo had a 220 horsepower.
220. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, speaking of those turbos, the twin turbos from the 90s, can you believe how much money they're going for? They're going for like $100,000 in the 90s. I can't believe it.
Now,
Crazy.
Funvic says beautiful BMW. I mean Toyota.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
And people say that too. It's the same thing. When back in my days when I had all my Firebirds, people would come up to me and say, "Nice Camaro." And I'd say, "It's not a Camaro, it's a Firebird." So you can call this a BMW, but it's a Toyota. Kind of works out the same way there. So you've got one other thing I'm going to mention on here. You have launch control on this. Yeah, you have a line lock that you can set. We're not going to do it in here in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
No, you'll smack right into the
I'd
Cadillac.
smack into the Cadillac, and there's what, only
8 days maybe?
8 days left to win, 9 days left to enter to win the Cadillac. Kathy, correct me if I'm wrong on those days. Anyways, I'm going to fire it up. It's got a great sound for that 3-liter twin turbo, but then I'd like you to see the tachometer and the speedometer after you listen to the intro.
Okay, let's go back here and let's take
do
a
it.
listen.
You ready?
Go for it, Chris. Kind of quiet, Chris.
Well, it's kind of quiet right there. It definitely has a European sound to it. Okay, PJ, come on over.
What were you getting for RPMs on those revs?
Oh, I was getting up to about 4,000. You can run all the way up to about 7,000 there. And look at, here's the mode. This does have a sport mode. So when I click it, I wonder with the door open, it won't show you.
Oh,
But
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry for
there
it.
is a sport mode here.
Let me get it in there.
Yeah, I had it working earlier. So you can get into sport mode, and that'll tighten up the steering and the brakes, and it'll give you faster fuel delivery to the engine so that you get better times in it. What a great vehicle on here. The other thing is it's got a really neat navigation display over here. You can jump on over here to the menu and check it here, close that.
Kathy says Supra 23 days left. Caddy has 7 days left.
7 days left on Cadillac.
Olds
Can you believe it?
442 and Demon 340 are in the countdown
Yeah.
modes too.
Now, here's another thing to point out, paddle shifters. No, not paddle shifters, the carbon fiber. That's what I was going to tell you. You've got it on the steering wheel. You've got it on the roof right here. You've got it on the center console. Lori's got to love this.
There's a lot of carbon fiber
Right?
in here.
A lot of carbon fiber on it. And what a way to celebrate 45 years of the Supra in production, and almost 45 years of the Supra in the United States. Get your entries to win. Do it. Let's see what the horn sounds like, huh?
Wow, that's kind of a high-pitched horn.
It's kind of a high-pitched.
How does this car differ from the Cadillac or the GT500?
Well, that's a great question. One, don't compare it to the GT500 at all, but I'm more than happy to compare it to the Cadillac. Both are twin-turbo cars. The Cadillac has more displacement. The Cadillac has 3.6 liter. This has 3 liter on the inline 6. Now, as far as the seats, these are super comfy seats, but they're hugging. They've got good bolster on both sides, and so does the Cadillac. But here's the biggest difference between the two. 1 seat, 2 seat. Cadillac, 4 seats and 4 doors, right? So this is kind of, I don't want to compare it to the Miata because this is more of an aggressive sports machine, right? And it's got a bigger engine and just wonderful engineering on it. The Miata is great for what it is, but this is really a different vehicle.
All right, so the noob says they are definitely quiet cars. They artificially pump engine noise into the car through the speakers. That would be.
Who does?
I gotta imagine that you can hear it better, I guess.
Who does the
Toyota,
electric
maybe?
cars?
I don't know. TJ said it looks like the Kool-Aid. Looks like a cool car. Sorry.
It is a cool car. I'm not hearing any artificially piped exhaust sound
No.
through the speakers.
Kathy says $10,000 of lightweight body kit carbon fiber.
That's all add-ons
Yeah.
as well, and we're going to show those on another day. Kathy, thank you so much for
Larry
calling.
says take it to the mountains. It does great in curves. I can imagine
That's
that would be-
exactly what we're talking about. Let me come on up.
Gas mileage. Kathy says 25 city, 32 highway, 28 combined.
2532. Don't get me started on gas prices. And look here, all this cool stuff can be yours. From Toyota Racing and Dream Giveaway to your garage in our first ever Super Dream Giveaway.
And this is ending soon.
Ending soon. What did you say, 23 days?
I guess I gotta get back up. Yeah.
23 days.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, all right, guys. What's happening the rest of this week, PJ? We're going to do a walk around in the garage tomorrow?
Would we show that GT500 again?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, I meant during the walk around during the garage, but let's go ahead and look at that now. Joe says he wants to see
Okay,
it.
someone wants to see the GT500 again.
That's
That's
right.
fine.
There we go.
That's good. There you go. Heritage edition with that Brittany blue. Last of the GT500s for the 6th generation of the Mustang. And we can't wait to see how that new Ford Dark Horse Mustang, the 7th generation Mustang, how that looks and how that performs. And I'm hoping we have the opportunity to do that. Oh, maybe by the end of the year. We'll see. Anyways.
That would be fun.
Yeah, talking of fun, we got the Demon right there. We got the 71 Super Bee. We've got the Corvettes. We've got the Backyard Buddy lift with the Roush P51 up there. What a great place to hang out. Tomorrow we're going to show you the whole garage. So we will see you tomorrow with more great fun, more great action. Here comes that camera in, and more great grand prize.